just got back from the grocery store and I just wanted to do a little video on some of the things that I have for the week, some things that I eat over and over again as snacks just to keep life easier. My dinners this week are going to be mainly venison and chicken. So with those, I'll probably do a combination of sweet potatoes. I do a lot of frozen veggies because I don't have time to chop them up and cook them. So frozen veggies and fruits are one of my favorite things. When I do my meal prep, I will just pour the veggies right in frozen and they thaw out in the fridge so that by the time it's time to microwave lunch or dinner, they cook perfectly and I haven't wasted a lot of time. The other thing that I like to do are these little pre-made salad kits, which are great for everything. This one is avocado Caesar, which is really, really good. I don't use a ton of the dressing, but I use just enough to get a little bit of flavor, shake it up really well. It seems to work. And also if you do the little tip that I gave out, if you do a tablespoon of dressing, thin it out with a little water and then drizzle it over, you get more flavor and you don't have to add a lot of fat to get that flavor. So those kits are really nice to just throw with your meat, or I've made them into wraps. I like a lot of cold chicken, so I'll just do a cold chicken and Caesar wrap. Those are really good as well. A couple other things that I like to go, that I have pretty often is I do fat-free cottage cheese and fat-free yogurt. And the reason I do the fat-free is I like to save my fat for things that I really, really like. I really, really like to use butter. One of my favorite things is to have a piece of buttered toast, and I do the Ezekiel bread. I love the sesame one. It still gives you that bread feeling, but you're not using a ton of your carbs for the day with that. So I like to have a piece of toasted Ezekiel bread with butter. So I save my fat for things where I really can appreciate the flavor. Things like butter, cheese. If I do breakfast burritos, I'll dump out the yolks, use white, and then I can put cheese in it because that is a favorite of mine. With my venison and potatoes, I'm probably just going to do some sauteed onions and peppers and mushrooms, which is a good combination. I like adding the mushrooms in because it's a good flavor, and it kind of acts, for me, it just feels like a filler. For some reason, it makes me think it's more meat, and it must be a texture thing, but I really enjoy doing that. One of my other combinations with cottage cheese, because I use it for a lot of different things, is to put it on a baked potato. It sounds like an odd combination, but it's pretty filling. You've got the good carbs from the potato, you have a nice amount of fiber, and then the cottage cheese for the protein. I will do that with some fresh ground pepper, some chives, and maybe I'll splurge and put a little crumbled bacon on top. It's a great dinner. Plus it's a nice little thing if you need some extra protein, but you just don't want meat. The other combo that I love with cottage cheese is cherry tomatoes, cottage cheese, and pepper or hot sauce. It's a great little snack. I love hot sauce on things, makes all sorts of things better. So that's a good combination if you want protein, maybe you don't want fat, or if you're going for the fat, then do it with the full fat cottage cheese, probably even better. Same thing with my yogurt. I do the fat-free. I don't have a particular brand that I love. I like the ones that are on sale. Those are my favorite. Food is expensive enough, so I try not to be too picky. And then frozen fruit obviously is amazing. I know some people will say fresh is better. I like the frozen because it's ready to go. I don't have to cut off stems or pop the pits out of cherries because I love frozen sweet cherries, are one of my favorites. Those are great with the yogurt and some granola. This is one of my favorites. They have a lot of good flavors. This is the dark chocolate Macaron, Macaroon, however you want to pronounce it. 30 grams is a servings on this one. It's pretty decent size when you measure it out. It's 6 grams of fat, 20 grams of carbs, and 2 grams of protein. So it's just enough where I can get that little bit of crunch and feel like, yeah, maybe I'm having a little cookie, and it really helps with the sweet tooth. The other thing I have here, this is kind of odd. Check to see if your grocery store has clearance aisles. Mine started doing this, and you never know what you're gonna find on there. Again, I don't have a particular brand protein bar, and I try not to eat these because I know they're not the best But sometimes if you're in a hurry and you just don't have time, sometimes these are my breakfast because it's either I get a little more sleep or I down one of these. I found these in the protein or in the clearance rack half price. They're normally $17. These were $8.50. So for that, I couldn't really pass them by. So check to see if you have a clearance rack. The one last thing on here, I think I went over everybody. Seems really naughty. I'm actually in prep right now. I'm 20 weeks out, but I have to have this. I have to have that little bit of chocolate, and the way I balance it to make sure that I can still have my chocolate and still fit my macros, I like to have 3 of those a day. So I will put in until I can't. You know, when my macros get really tight, that's going to be the first thing to go. But at the start of my day, I put 3 of those in my macro counter so that I know that I have room for them. The worst thing would be to come the end of the day and there's that chocolate craving, and I look at my macros, I'm like, oh, I don't have room. Didn't save room for my chocolate. So if you have a favorite food that you have to have every day to feel like you're still getting that goodness that you want, put it in your macro counter right away. Build it in so that it is automatically there. No matter what you do for that day, you are guaranteed that you're gonna have your 3 Hershey Kisses, or if, I know some people are obsessed about peanut butter, if it's your tablespoon of peanut butter on a piece of toast, or whatever your special thing is, if you build it in right away at the start of your day when you're counting your macros, you're guaranteed that you're gonna get it. And that's, for me, the little dark kisses. If I have 3 of those, it gets me through my day, and when I have them, I make sure that I actually have time to enjoy them. It's not something that I just, oh my gosh, I need to have it now. Like, I sit down and I actually enjoy it, and I make it a little bit of a moment, like just a little moment. Decompress from the day, enjoy the flavor of the chocolate, enjoy that little bit of good feeling that chocolate gives me. So that is kind of just a little bit of something that I do for the week. I keep my food really, really simple. I know I've seen meal preps where people do amazing things with different sauces and different flavors and all these fancy roasted vegetables. And if you have time for that, by all means, go for it. I don't have time, so I will eat 2 meals the entire week. The lunches will be the same, the dinners will be the same. It's easy for me to count, it's easy for me to shop for, and I can make it all at once. So I hope that you found this helpful. If you have any cool ideas or things that you do for meal prep or just different things that you like to eat, I'd love to hear about it because I'm always looking for new and good foods. So I hope you found this helpful, and thanks so much, guys, for watching. Bye.